Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Constable Mason Morso, and I will be your MC today. Before we begin, I'd like to thank all those joining us by live stream and everybody who's here. A huge thank you to NAPS, to the IT department, Min and Dante for setting up the live stream. Today marks a special day for partnerships as we're joined with the Laxville Police Service for a collective ceremony. I'd like to ask the Matawa drum to begin the ceremony with a welcome song, and I would ask if everybody's able to stand and remain standing for the song and a prayer to follow. Thank you, Matawa Group. We're pleased to have Bob Baxter here today to so graciously join us for today's ceremony. I would like to ask Bob to begin the ceremony with an opening prayer, and I'd ask that everybody who is able to remain standing. Bob?
Sit down, please. Before I start the prayer, it's always an honor for me to come to these badge ceremonies. As a police officer for 34 years, and it's really, like I say, an honor to be here and watch these young recruits that are going to start their journey as police officers for the Nishnaweskif Police Service and for the members of NAN. This message, I like to put this message out to the families and the recruits that policing is a very challenging career. And I say this from experience, that as you journey on this path of protecting members of the Anishinaabe Nation, those challenges that these officers and the families are going to face, sometimes it's not talked about. It's when you police, it changes you. The reason I say that was before I joined the police service, I'm the way I am now. I'm in a good mood, happy and stuff like that. But during the policing career that I had, I didn't know it changed me. It hardened me to where sometimes you question yourself about your emotions, your feelings, if you have them anymore. Because sometimes that's what policing does to individuals. Hardens them to that area of where they put this barrier around themselves for protection. And I just want that to be recognized, and like if your husband comes home and sometimes that or the woman that come home, and sometimes they'll because of what they face, sometimes they'll and if they don't deal with it, it'll come out to the families, and it's going to be the families that's going to have to bear that sometimes. And that's why you have to have that understanding of how that policing can change people. Because I asked my wife one time about 30 years into about 25 years into the service, I said, I think I lost that feeling, that emotion of, because I was protecting myself. I said, I wish I could be that normal person again. And that's part of policing. That's unseen. And it's up to the individual officers and the families to be able to recognize that and help each other in moving forward in the career that was chosen by these young men and women. I just wanted to put that out there. And now please stand and I'll say a prayer. I'm going to say it in my language, and it's basically to ask the Creator to thank the Creator for this day, and to look after each and every one of us as we journey forward, and especially to give guidance and protection to these young police officers that are coming on, and to the families that are with them. Also to the leadership of each organization that places value and also provides directions for these young people. I'll never forget that when we're out there, that we're not alone, that we have that spiritual guidance entity that's always there to help us if we ask for help. Gemini too. As we know, again, not come go and not come go and we got mean shangy going. Quick on your mat is young, quick on your movie down, away mat is in now. We got mean shank, Sagishik, we got Gishik, Abmagishik. Which we can only give and got mean shank, and you check where to the man went on a kivin nan. We go Chinaga cheat the song, Chinaga ching, dog, when you get a Zag young guitar. Onika, Johnny Kiang. You got keep busy kinoma guang. You say given, showing chicken, and I got to end the moon. We keep Musata Mang and me canana. So, Mr. Mogaki, Shakwawi, Gawi, Chigate, Gogawi, Minagan, watch when you Shimagan check, isn't Kanagan, what going to get in York? Yeah, Minagan, you watch in Jamatan of Kiwatch, Chiganoab Mata. Yeah, going gig one, Junche, Mama Sevach going to give Hitan on Kiwatch. Measure great Tanga Gizigak. Mikach. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. You can all be seated. Welcome to the NAPS badge ceremony and warrant card ceremony. To witness our newest members receiving their badge and warrant cards. And hello to everybody joining us by live stream. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge our special guests, Grand Chief Alvin Fiddler, Deputy Grand Chief Anna Betty Ashni Peniscum, Deputy Grand Chief Mike Metatawabin, Board Chair Laxul Loran Kajik, Kai Lu, Executive Director of IPCO, Chief Darcy Fleury, Chief Armstrong, Chief Bruno Rossi, Deputy Ryan Hughes, Deputy Brad Deuce, Inspector Ben Curtis, Superintendent Chris Lawrence, and Inspector Phil Laporte, and Corporal Daryl Warwick. Please join me in welcoming Deputy Grand Chief Anna Betty Ashmi Peniscum to the stand.
Thank you so much. Watch Miss Ware. My mango sats to can square is the cousin. Magazine do time. It's a me watch Kishaya Bob Gagi Michigan. I could go Gagi Mategat English. I began by saying my spirit name and thanking the elder for the prayer and those that shared the prayer at the drum. My name is Anna Betty Achni Beneshkam, and I serve as a Deputy Grand Chief for Anishinaabe Nation. And I'm very honored and grateful that I serve the people of Anishinaabe Nation. And on behalf of the NAN Executive and the chiefs of Anishinaabe Nation and the citizens, we congratulate those individuals that have chose to serve as a police officer. The responsibility that you have is not only to enforce the law, but it is also to provide safety and friendship with the people that you serve in the communities that you are going to be deployed to, assigned to. And whether you're serving in Lac Seul or Sandy Lake or Attawapskat, there will be a lot of great people there. And I know that you will build great friendships. And it is also very important that you maintain that circle of care for yourself. And as Elder Bob said, that that there is traumas, there are things other things, unpleasant things that you may see or witness are said to you. So make sure that you take care of that, and that you maintain that circle of care for yourself and your peers, and that we will continue to pray for you. And thank you I want to also acknowledge the families that are here today, the family members that they too have a sacrifice, but that they will also be demonstrating their love and strength for you. So honor that. So, and I also want to acknowledge all our very distinguished officers that are here who have served us for many years. We thank you as well. Chimingwech, thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Deputy Grand Chief. So NAPS in Lac Seul are honored to have today the Indigenous Police Chiefs of Ontario Executive Director Kai Liu to address the new recruits. Kai Liu was born in Taiwan. He is of Taiwanese Chinese descent. In June 1986, Kai became the first Asian police officer with the Ottawa Police Services. A recipient of many community and policing awards, Kai was appointed Chief of Police for the Gananoque Police Service in 2008. And accepting this appointment, he was Chief of Police with the Taiwanese, the first Chief of Police with Taiwanese descent in Canada, and the youngest police chief. In 2012, he was appointed Chief of Police with the Cobourg Police Service. He served in this position for 7 years. In 2019, he was selected as the Chief of Police for Treaty 3 Police Services. Through his 37 years in career policing, Kai developed a strong reputation as an innovator in championing for equity, diversity, and inclusion in the workplace. He had used his position as Chief of Police to advocate for the disadvantaged, and he had contributed by his time by volunteering with many community boards. In 2021, Kai was elected the lead of the Indigenous Police Chiefs of Ontario and the National First Nation Chiefs of Police Association as President and Secretary Treasurer, respectively. Following his retirement as Chief of Police for Treaty 3 in September 2023, Kai continues to serve the Indigenous peoples in Ontario as the Executive Director of IPCO. Please, everybody, welcome retired Chief Liu to the podium. Hello, sir. Nice to meet you.
Bonjour, good morning. 大家好，我是姓刘，我是叫刘永凯，我爸爸是从山东省烟台。For those that do not speak Ojibwe, you'll be very impressed after 4 years that I was able to introduce myself in Mandarin Chinese. Good morning, and let me just start by apologizing to the majority of the crowd to my right, in that my message is going to be addressed to the newest recruits of Lac Seul and NAPS Police Service. Constable Morrison, thank you very much for your kind introduction. I would like to start by recognizing the Eagle staff, the drums, and other sacred items. On behalf of the Indigenous Police Chiefs of Ontario, that represents 9 Indigenous Police Services Chiefs of Police. Collectively, they serve 86 First Nation police services in the province of Ontario. I bring greetings from the police chiefs that are not able to attend this morning. I also bring specific greetings from Darren Montour, President of IPCO, and Vice President James Killeen, who sends their greetings. Chief Bruno Rossi, Chief Terry Armstrong, Deputy Grand Chief, Chiefs of Police and senior officers, and especially family and friends, good morning. It is a real honor for me to address this NAPS and Lac Seul Police Service class of recruits. It is good to see you again this morning. I would like to share some of the lessons that I learned in the 37 years of policing, starting by writing yourself a letter, the importance of setting personal daily goals, reflect on every dispatch call to balance your emotions. Family and friends, family especially, always comes first, and making a difference in the lives of others. Recruits, the last time we met was at your Ontario Police College graduation. At that time, I challenged each of you that after the hype and excitement of that day, if you recall, to write yourself a letter. And in that letter to write all the reasons why you chose to become a police officer. See, because in my letter, it was at the age, I was in grade 3, and after school, one of my classmates had gone missing. And growing up in Toronto's Regent Park, the Toronto Police Service descended onto our community. And I was fortunate enough that an officer asked my mother if I could ride in the police car with this officer. And as we drove around, I remember seeing the stress and the concern that this officer had in the search of my missing friend. To make a long story short, my friend had simply gone to another friend's house, had dinner, and failed to tell his parents. But that first interaction with a Toronto police officer planted the seed that I knew from that point forward, when I grew up, I was going to be a cop, just like the officer I met. And so, if you haven't already, I challenge you to write yourself that letter and place that letter with all the reasons why you chose policing in an envelope and place it in your locker. Because 5 years from now, or 10 years from now, or 20, you will find yourself, and I can assure you, you will find yourself in a dark place where you will question why you ever became a police officer. And at that time, take out that letter and read it to yourself and remind yourself of all the reasons why you became a police officer. Setting goals. Begin each day by setting goals, no matter how small or large it may be, one that you can focus on and attain. A goal might be simply to introduce yourself to an elder in the community that you police, or pull your car over to the side when you see kids playing ball and join them, or simply park your vehicle and get out of the car and visit a school or a community center. My mantra as chief of police of 3 police services was that each day I would try to send my members home in a better condition than they arrived at work. Look to your entire policing career in the same manner, having a vision for the future of your policing career. Let me share a story with you. As a recruit, I recall my first day at the Ontario Police College, and my home classroom instructor had a discussion with all the recruits and asked a simple question: where do we see ourselves 30 or 35 years at retirement? My classmates said detective. Some wanted to work undercover. Others replied that they wanted to be a tactical officer or a SWAT officer. They wanted to be K-9. And keep in mind, I was the first Asian officer for the city of Ottawa, and as well the shortest at 5'8", because a year prior to joining in 1986, it was in 1985 that the minimum height requirement was removed. And so at that time, to describe a Ottawa police officer, they were 6 foot tall minimum, male, white. If you were a female, you had to be 5'9". But because of the Ontario Human Rights decision in 85 and 1986, minimum height requirement was removed. And so sitting in a classroom being told I didn't belong there, my answer was, I saw myself as chief of police. The class laughed, and 22 years later, many of those same colleagues called or emailed me and congratulated me when I became the chief of police for the Gananoque Police Service. So for each of you, have a goal as to where you see yourself in 30 to 35 years. You're entering Indigenous policing at a very exciting time, especially the officers that are with NAPS. As a result of strong advocacy work by your First Nation chiefs and councils, and Grand Chief Elvin Fiddler, for those that are in Treaty 3 with Lac Seul, Wagitata, Kavanaugh, Police Services Board, police leaders have worked diligently to change the working conditions that you are currently working today. It has significantly improved. As well, your pay, your pension are now the best in the province, equal to the Ontario Provincial Police. In fact, IPCO helped negotiate your pension that is better than your municipal police service counterparts. To the NAPS officers, you're on the verge of being constituted under the Community Safety Policing Act. The day that happens, by the Solicitor General of Ontario, the label that you carry will be elevated to a police officer, no longer First Nation constables. For 33 years, I've worked for municipal service, and I was a police officer, only to learn that when I joined the Treaty 3 Police Service, I was no longer a police officer, but equal to a peace officer. And to the NAPS, especially the NAPS First Nations, or the NAN First Nations, that are moving towards being constituted under the Act. Congratulations. The NAPS officers, look to your left or your right, look at your shoulder flashes. You'll see in the center of the shoulder flashes the 7 grandfather teaching: wisdom, love, respect, bravery, honesty, humility, and truth. In the next few days, and be guided by those grandfather teachings. In the next few days, as you begin to serve your assigned communities, remember you cannot control how others think and behave. We can only ever control ourselves. Make sure you never react to any situation out of emotion. That would be your biggest mistake. Think to respond, not to react. Be sure that how you think and act is based on your training and the law. After each dispatch call, take time, and for the recruits that will be spending some time with your coach officers will do this, but get in the habit in that after each dispatch call, take the time to reflect on your actions. Look for ways to improve. Is there a lesson to be learned? And constantly balance your emotions. Using humor may help. Let me share a story with you. Often humor can be found in our daily work. Once in Ottawa, driving in Ottawa's rush hour, I came across a gentleman pushing his stalled car in the hot summer heat. And so as a good officer, I blocked off the lane of traffic, typed in the license plate of the disabled vehicle, and turned on my roof lights. And as I got out to help this gentleman push his vehicle, he continually thanked me profusely that he could not believe an officer would help him push a stalled car. And as we pushed and I left him safely in a parking lot, I returned to my vehicle that had blocked the traffic. And I learned very quickly from the dispatcher why this gentleman was thanking me so profusely. for helping him. See, what had happened was a few blocks down the road, a mechanic was servicing a car that had been brought in, and the complaint was that it was stalling. When the mechanic turned his back, the vehicle disappeared. I had unknowingly helped this gentleman steal a vehicle. The lesson here is that even in the most desperate times, bad guys appreciate help from the police. I want you to celebrate your wins as you start working in the communities. Celebrate your joys, because you're going to find yourself serving in supercharged circumstances where even the semblance of self-doubt has no place. You will not have a chance to ask yourself, can I do this? Always be vigilant and maintain awareness of your situation at all times. Remember that lives are gained or lost based on your ability to act without hesitation. Poor practices can just jeopardize lives and can also re-victimize victims. Everything you've trained for will be put to the test and then some as you handle situations that no human beings should ever have to hear or see. Your resolve to help others will hold you in good stead with those in those times. But you will not be immune to the potential fallout of what you witness. And this is an important message to you. Courage comes in many forms, and it takes great courage to reach out when you are the one in need of the help. I urge you to do it anyways before it overcomes and costs you dearly. Never take your mental health lightly. Your police services have peer support, services that are available to provide you with mental health. There is crying in policing. 37 years ago when I started, my coach officer said there's no crying in policing. He was absolutely wrong. There is. And so take your health, your mental health, seriously. There is no room for complacency in any aspect of this profession. And then I want to talk about family. When you look in this crowd today, we have not only your own police services, but we also have the RCMP, the OPP, APS, and other police services. You are joining a family of policing. And like our own family, we foster loyalty, trust, honesty, and integrity. We are a family where no one goes his or her way alone. And first and foremost, remember your family at home. They are here before you began this job. They will think about your return every time you leave. Never let them suffer because you are so consumed by the job. Earlier in my career as an Ottawa police officer, I was seconded to the RCMP, Organized Crime Unit, and I was put on a special assignment. I grew a long hair, it was a ponytail, and I was on top of the world as a fairly new officer. I was pretending to be someone who I was not and getting paid for it. Until one day my wife said to me that she felt like a single mother. And because family is so important to me, 2 weeks later, after my request to leave that special unit, I was back in Ottawa. I am very fortunate. I married at the age of 21, became a police officer when I was 22, and 37 years later, I crossed the finish line with the same wife and family. Next spring, Heidi and I will celebrate our 40th anniversary. I'm just going to invite Heidi to please stand. Thank you. And so the message is that your family at home is always your priority. This is just a job. You have all trained hard physically, emotionally, psychologically. You have sacrificed much to gain the greatest, and now you need to hear these words. I believe in you. Your peers here today believe in you. Your family believe in you. Believe that you can become whatever you desire in this most unique and elite profession. Let me close with this. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote this: the only person you are destined to become is the person you desire to be. Just for a moment, I would ask you look at your uniform. Touch your shoulder flashes. Go ahead. Recognize what the shoulder flash represents. It means this, that many officers before us have walked in the same shoes and taken the same steps that you are about to take today. From today, just by the nature of the uniform, you will stand out and be praised or scrutinized intensely. Be proud of what your uniform represents. Going forward, you will wear your uniform with honor and great pride as you stand behind the badge to serve and protect with dignity while upholding the law, as you provide quality service in partnering with your communities. As you walk the streets and engage community members, both inside and outside your detachment, ask yourself each and every day, what do I desire to achieve as a police officer? May it constantly be that rooted in your heart is the desire to make a difference, a positive difference that will be rewarding, self-satisfying, and cohesive in every aspect of being a police officer. It is my great wish for you that in 30 to 35 years from now, you will look back over your career and be able to say to yourself with heartfelt joy and deep satisfaction that you made each and every day matter, that as servant leaders in your final moments as police officers, your legacy will be that you've left behind in other people a firm conviction of never giving up. It takes extraordinary men and women to become a police officer, and I am proud to stand before you, before such men and women today. Warm congratulations and welcome as the newest graduates. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just before I give up the floor, I want to point out our ceremonial Chief's Honor Guard. He's wearing a very special uniform. It's the newest IPCO police uniform in that it has 9 buttons on the front. The 9th one is tucked underneath his belt buckle, but it represents the 9 self-administered Indigenous police services here in the province of Ontario. So thank you.
Thank you, Kai Lu, for an amazing speech. We are pleased and honored to have here our newest board chairperson, Frank McKay, to speak to our newest recruits. Frank McKay has over 40 years of experience working on First Nation issues, including health and addictions, housing and infrastructure, economic development, and energy. He has served as the executive director for NAN Legal Services, the co-chair for the WADA. I can't pronounce that. I don't want to. That's a tough one. Power, and for the 16 years as a chair and CEO of the Wendigo First Nations Council. He has committed his career to creating a healthier, more sustainable future for First Nations living in Ontario's far north. Frank graduated from grade 8 from the Poplar Hill Residential School and went on to finish his high school diploma at the Northwestern High School in Stratford, Ontario. He studied to be an architectural technician at Fanshawe College in London, Ontario, before returning to his home community of Sachico Lake First Nation in the province's northwest. Frank is the father of 3 sons and 3 grandchildren. He is fluent in English and Ojibwe and currently resides in Thunder Bay, Ontario. A strong proponent of the Aboriginal and treaty rights of his people, Mr. McKay is a well-respected leader in the WFNC and Anishinaabe Nation territory. I'd like to thank you, Board Chair McKay, if you'd like to come up and speak.
thank you for that introduction. I didn't know that, I didn't know that I was going to reveal my true identity. I want to acknowledge, first of all, the Creator, for another beautiful day today, and also to acknowledge that all the gifts that He has given us, and on all His creations. We continue to pray, for His guidance and support in our daily lives, and no matter what professions that we are in. And I've been fortunate enough to serve my people in various capacities. And I want to acknowledge also the special guests that are here. I can't, Deputy Grand Chief Anna Anjanimskam, who's been with us with the board to do that. In my introduction, I just got promoted to being a chairman. I'm just an acting chair right now, so that's right now. So, and also want to, acknowledge the last speaker that spoke. It was very encouraging message that was delivered to the new recruits. And I also want to acknowledge all the distinguished officers that are here, and I also want to acknowledge the drum and the flag and the elder Bobby Baxter. And this is our culture in relation to how we live, how we were created by the Creator. We were given a way of life, and we were given the lands that we occupy, called Northwestern Ontario. And I just wanted to begin, and I don't know if I acknowledged the recruits yet, but I wanted to acknowledge the new recruits. We're very proud of you to join NAPS, and also to the NACSU contingency that's here with us, joining us. We are very pleased to have a fellow family of police officers that serve in Ontario through to this organization that represents us. It's very important that that we work together, that we work and share the issues and problems that we face in the communities. In the community that we serve 34 First Nations through Snabiska Nation. Most of them are remote areas, and we just and as the last speaker said, we're on the verge of getting constituted under the Community Safety and Police Act of Ontario, and that means a lot. Our organization, our NAPS, was established and created by the nine chiefs in Assembly in 1994. And the vision at that time is that we wanted to provide the policing services in our communities, just like any other police services that was serving Ontario and Canada. But we were just a program at that time. We were just recognized as constables, and we have come a long way, in relation to having equitable status for our police services. We were always under-resourced, understaffed, and we had this organization continue on to try and to serve our communities. And I want to congratulate the recruits, for applying to Snabiska Nation. It's a different world in where we come from. We're remote, and often remote communities, we have remote areas. Our people still continue to hunt, trap, and fish for livelihood. And when you see, especially in the fall and the summer and the spring, there's hunters festivals where they replenish the stock for the winter. For the winter. So you'll see a lot of rifles and guns being carried around by the people. They're not going to commit a crime or anything. It's just to go hunting. So you'll notice the customs that we have and the traditions we have as peoples.
we still live off the land. We depend on the land to provide us with the essentials that we need to survive the next winter. So with that, you will face a lot of different differences in relation to the cities and towns that you're accustomed to, and sometimes you feel alone, but you're not alone. We are in getting constituted. We will have increased resources to the communities. We will have the facilities from where you can work from. We will have, as you mentioned, the salary levels will be adequate. It'll be equitable to other police services. You'll be recognized as a real police service. We will not be recognized. We will not be a program anymore, but we will be a real police service under the laws of this province. We also have our own laws. We have our own traditions and practices that we follow, and you have to recognize that sometimes you will be challenged to serve those laws from the people, and you have to decide in terms of how you're going to approach that. These customs and traditions and laws that are passed down from our elders, from our ancestors, and that's how we live. As we pursue this, as you pursue your career, we have a governance systems called. We have our chiefs and councils in which you will work with. It's very important to work with and introduce yourself to the chief and council and also to the community, and to be involved in community events and community activities as the community does, and that will create a bond with the community members that you serve. So I just wanted to say a few words in that effect, and I also want to acknowledge the families that are here to support you in your new career that you have. It's this, as it's been indicated, the family is very important, and you will also be able to develop relations in the communities with the people. So with that, I want to congratulate the new recruits as you pursue your career, and it's an honorable profession. It's a profession that's been long established, and in our community we also recognize and respect the officers that came into our communities. So with that, thank you, and then as you go in serving and protecting our people, we will be there with you to support you. Thank you very much.
Oh, did that fall? I got it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Board Chair McKay. Our ceremony continues with each recruit coming to the front of the podium, where they will be presented with a badge, a symbol of their authority to act as a police officer in the province of Ontario. As the new member comes forward, their name and badge will be announced, and their warrant card, as well as their badge, will be presented by our Chief of Police. At this time, I'd like to call upon the Lac Seul Chief of Police, Bruno Rossi, to present the badges to the police officers for Lac Seul. And he will be followed by Chief of Police Terry Armstrong after. The initial postings are for training, where the officers will spend 4 months partnered up with a knowledgeable coach officer, and each officer will step up to receive their badge once called. Constable Assad Jouad of Lac Seul Police Service, badge number 171. Chief! Constable Jouad was born in Windsor, Ontario, where he still calls home. He received his Bachelor of Criminology and Psychology from the University of Windsor. Constable Jouad held previous positions as a probation officer and a parole officer, as well as a corrections officer. He's currently a firefighter in the community of Sioux Lookout, Ontario. His hobbies include bodybuilding, sports, and mixed martial arts. Congratulations. Constable Dominic Barnes of Lac Sioux Police Service, badge 170. Constable Dominic Barnes was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba, but having grown up in northwestern Ontario, he considers both places to be home. Constable Barnes enjoys hockey, golf, working out, spending time outside, and spending time with family and friends. He enjoys watching football and has a passion for fantasy football. He cannot wait to get started serving the Lac Sioux communities as a new constable. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Chief Terry Armstrong. We'll now continue with the NAPS badges. Constable Dylan Ouellette, badge number 1748.
Chief.
Constable Ouellette is from Thunder Bay, Ontario. His parents are Mitch Ouellette and Chris Ballagnon. Prior to becoming an officer, Constable Ouellette graduated from Fanshawe's College, Plumbing Techniques and Protection, Security and Investigation programs. He has worked as an arborist apprentice, machine operator, and remediation/restoration laborer. Constable Ouellette is extremely excited to pursue his career in policing and will do his best to make an impact on the communities he will work at. He will be stationed in the Northwest region in the community of Cat Lake First Nation. Congratulations, Constable Ouellette. Constable Malcolm Dahl, badge 1758.
Chief.
From Caledonia, Ontario, Constable Malcolm Dahl's parents are Jan Fotheringham and David Dahl. After graduating Mohawk College with a computer engineering technician diploma, Constable Dahl worked as an operations manager for Stelco Steel. Following in the footsteps of his lifelong mentor, retired Detective Andrew Johnson of the Ontario Provincial Police, Constable Dahl was a volunteer member of the Hamilton Police Service before starting his policing career with NAPS. He's excited about commencing a fulfilling, community-driven career as a NAPS officer. Constable Malcolm Dahl is stationed in the Northeast Region's community of Chapleau. Congratulations. Constable Ashley Ramkissoon, badge 1758.
Chief.
Constable Ramkissoon attended Cambrian College and graduated from the Police Foundations in the spring of 2024. An avid outdoors person, she enjoys ATVing, hanging out with family, working out, and listening to music. In attendance with her today are her parents, Pamela and Josh, along with her younger siblings, Layla and Zach. Her father, Anthony Ramkissoon, is joining us via the live link. Constable Ashley Ramkissoon is looking forward to helping and supporting the community she serves and will be stationed in the Northeast Region's Attawapiskat Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Megan Clinton, badge 1753.
Chief.
There we go. Born in Peterborough, Ontario, Constable Megan Clinton has resided in Thunder Bay for the past 9 years. She attended Lakehead University, where she obtained her honors bachelor in social work degree. She previously was employed with the District of Thunder Bay Social Services Administration Board as a caseworker and as a crisis response worker with the Canadian Mental Health Association. She is also an infantry soldier with the Canadian Primary Army Reserve's Lake Superior Scottish Regiment. Her family and partner, Caitlin, are here with her today. Constable Clinton will be working out of the Northwest Region's Cat Lake Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Reese Jolliker, badge 1749.
Chief.
Born and raised in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Constable Reese Jolliker attended Confederation College and graduated with a diploma in business. He has a passion for fast cars, dirt bikes, and ATVs. He enjoys playing football and hockey and recently took up golf. In attendance with him today are his mother Rachel and partner Noel. Constable Reese Jolliker will be serving the Northwest Region's Slate Falls Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Cameron Biss, badge 1752. From Camden East, Ontario, Constable Cameron Biss attended the Police Foundation's course at Loyalist College. Her parents are Kim and Todd Biss, who are watching the live feed from home. Constable Biss enjoys the outdoors and spends time camping and going on side-by-side rides. She will be serving Saskatchewan First Nation in the Northeast region. Congratulations. Constable Justin Lukasek, badge 1747.
Chief.
Constable Lukasek was born and raised in Thunder Bay, Ontario. His parents are Anastasia Lukasek and Matthew Rezchek, and he has 3 siblings, Kennedy, Caitlin, and Katerina. Prior to becoming an officer, Constable Lukasek graduated from the Confederation College with a recreation therapy diploma and worked as a support worker with Avenue 2. Constable Lukasek is looking forward to his future with NAPS and working alongside his fellow officers and becoming a member of the community. He has been assigned to the Northwest Region's Mishkogogoming Detachment. Congratulations. Yeah. And we'd like to invite Constable Robert Lewis from the Ontario Provincial Police. He will be presenting the badge to Constable Scott Lewis, badge 1759.
Chief.
Constable Scott Lewis was born in Sudbury, Ontario, but now resides in Barrie, Ontario. Attending today to witness this occasion are his parents, Robert and Sherry Lewis, as well as his partner, Megan Wickie. Constable Lewis attended Cambrian College and received his business administration diploma. Prior to becoming an officer with NAPS, Constable Lewis worked for the Canada Revenue Agency as a TFSA clerk and inspection clerk. Constable Scott Lewis is assigned to the Northeast Region's Matagami Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Tariq Satur, badge 1750.
Chief.
Born in Toronto, Ontario, Constable Satur now resides in Montreal, Quebec. He is the father to a beautiful 3-year-old daughter named Mathilde. Constable Satur attended Concordia University in Montreal, majoring in political science. Before becoming an officer for NAPS, he worked as an immigration officer with the Immigration, Refugee, Citizenship Canada for the past 5 years. In his spare time, he enjoys playing music, cycling, meeting new people, and being involved in the community. Constable Tariq Satur has been assigned to the Northeast Region's Attawapiskat Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Byron Pashiana, badge 1760.
Chief.
Constable Pashiana was born in La Florida, Colombia, and now resides in Montreal, Quebec. He is the son of Maria Pashiana and Alberio Blandon. Constable Pashiana's first job was as a farm laborer, but his most cherished role was serving as an infantry soldier from 2016 to 2019. In his free time, he enjoys working out, reading classical literature, and drawing. Constable Byron Pashiana will be stationed in the community of Constance Lake First Nation in the Northeast region. Congratulations. Constable Cole Bouchard, badge 1754. Constable Cole Bouchard, born and raised in Thunder Bay, Ontario, is a proud member of the Gull Bay First Nation. He has a deep love for the outdoors, enjoying activities like hunting, fishing, snowmobiling, and ice fishing. Cole is also passionate about sports, playing baseball and hockey, loves taking rides in the bush. He's dedicated to learning and constantly pushing himself to achieve more. His biggest influence is his daughter Lacey, who has inspired him to become a better person and overcome many obstacles in his life. Constable Cole Bouchard will be stationed in the Central Region's Fort Hope Detachment. Congratulations. Constable Simon Charette, badge 1746.
Chief.
Constable Charette was born in Bowmanville, Ontario, and now resides in Sudbury. He is the son of Guy and Marie Charette. Prior to becoming an officer for NAPS, Simon pursued his passion for forensic science at Laurentian University. In his free time, he enjoys fishing, snowboarding, and golfing. In attendance today, he is joined by his supportive parents, Guy and Marie Charette, and his girlfriend, Kayla Katernak. Constable Simon Charette will be joining the Attawapiskat Detachment in the Northeast region. Congratulations. Constable Eli David Nawi, badge 1755.
Chief.
Constable Nawi, originally from the Ivory Coast, now calls Peterborough, Ontario his home. He is the son of Dr. Marius David Nawi and Solange David Nawi. Eli graduated from the Police Foundations program at Fleming College. He has a deep passion for judo, dedicating much of his time to mastering and teaching the martial art. Constable David Nui will be working out of the Northeast region in the community of Saskatchewan. Congratulations. And that is it for our badges. We'd like to congratulate everybody and thank you, Chief, and thank you, Miles, for handing out the badges. We've all know that you worked very hard and overcame a lot to get here today, and could not be more pleased to have you all in our new policing family. I'd like to invite the Chief of Police, of Lac Seul Police Service, Bruno Rossi, to the podium to address the newest class of recruits before us today. Chief.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Grand Chief Fiddler, Deputy Grand Chief. I don't see Saul here, but I'll acknowledge Saul Mamakwa, our Member of Parliament. Honored guests, other dignitaries, and the newest members of the policing world. It's my pleasure to welcome you all here today. I would like to thank Chief Terry Armstrong and the Anishinaabe Police Service for joining with the Lac Seul Police Service for the NAPS and LSPS badge warrant ceremony. I would like to acknowledge and extend a thank you to the Elder and Drum Group for the prayers and the blessings on this special day. I would also like to acknowledge the treaty territory that we are on today and say thanks for allowing us to have this ceremony in this land. I would be remiss if I did not thank our policing partners in Ontario that support our First Nation services. To all the dedicated instructors who made this happen, we could not have done this without you. And lastly, I would like to thank Kelly and her team for the beautiful venue and the hard work here today. We are very pleased to have joined the long-standing police tradition, the badge ceremony. The badge is one item that the graduates don't receive until today. Every other piece of equipment is issued and used during training, such as guns, handcuffs, batons, and many other pieces. This equipment has served them well, and with it, they have passed all their tests and practical exercises. The graduates have traded their recruit uniforms in and are now wearing their number ones. But still incomplete without the badge. Today's graduates, your uniform will be complete with the addition of the most important piece, your badge. By receiving your badge, this is the true realization of your dreams. an official recognition of your graduation from recruits to police officers. To the newest police officers here before us, you are entering into a new generation of policing, and I would encourage you to always keep an open mind, ask questions, and always embrace your community you work with. Stay positive and always be there for one another. I have found that during my career how important community policing is. By taking the time to meet community members, elders, and children at the school. Make an effort to spend time with the youth. All of this will be a crucial part of building trust and rapport and friendships. I'm sure each and every one of you have memories of police officers coming into your schools and how it impacted you on that day. These are easy things to do. It will not take much of your time, but it will be time well spent. It may impact one's life in positive ways. Even though you may not know this, you will be great role models. So that through your journey, be kind, honest, fair, and be respectful. Show compassion in everything you do. To the families, friends, you are a crucial part of the graduates' accomplishments today. Thank you for all you have done to create the environment for your loved ones to be so successful, for your continued support as they move out of the classroom and into the field. To all the graduates, this is your day. Be proud of who you are and what you have accomplished. These are times that you will always remember and look back forever. I wish you all the very best. Stay positive, focused, and carry your badge proudly. Congratulations on your graduation. Welcome to the policing world.
Thank you, Chief Rossi. I would like to now invite the Chief of Police, Terry Armstrong, to the podium to address our newest recruits. Let me get all this paperwork out of the way for you. There you go, sir.
Thank you. I wanted to start by acknowledging our Eagle staff, the drum, any other sacred items that may be in the room that came with the elder and the drummers. I wanted to also apologize to the drummers for getting their name wrong on the programs. They're not Deep River, they're Matawa drum group. So I'm very proud of that. As they made the correction for me earlier, but I appreciate that because we do want to get it right, and out of respect for you guys, we wanted to get that right. So, miigwech for pointing that out. I wanted to acknowledge Elder Baxter. A lot of people don't know, but Bobby and I worked together some 40-odd years ago in Pekanjikam, and that was when the first time I met him. He had a couple of years on the job over me at the time, and kind of took me under his wing, taught me all the good things and maybe some other things too. I don't know, but it's always a pleasure to have Elder Baxter here, and his traditional knowledge is one thing, but also his policing experience and his policing knowledge really brings a lot to his help as he comes to say prayers for us and talk for us as a police service and to work with our police officers. And when he spoke today about those dark times and that, it's a very true story. But back when we started, there was no help. Today there is help. There's mental health counseling that's available to you, and a number of other avenues you can go. We have peer support. So although you're going to experience, as new recruits, you're going to experience some of those things that were talked about, there is better things in place today than there was 30, 40 years ago. So reach out, and I'll get on to my speech now. It's pretty much the same as Kai's, except I never stole any cars. No, just kidding. So it's my pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the Anishinaabe Police Service. We're very pleased that you've joined us in the long-standing police tradition, the badge ceremony. Today I have the honor of presenting 13 individuals with their badges, which we've done. And Chief Rossi joins us with his recruits as well. It's a great partnership, and glad to see him here. This is a momentous honor that carries a significance to our new members and to all of us that have chosen this admirable profession. The badge and warrant card are the first major step to acknowledgement that you're recognized as a member of the law enforcement family and community. You will carry the badge and warrant card, hopefully with pride, on and off duty, and for the remainder of your career. This is a significant day for each of the graduates, but it's also important for Anishinaabe Police Service. As our newest brothers and sisters in policing, you'll be representing us on and off duty 24/7, 365 days a year, as long as you carry our badge and warrant card. We have selected the best candidates. We've invested in them because we're confident in their abilities, their dedication, and their commitment. We know that they have what it takes to make a positive difference for the communities they serve as members of the Anishinaabe Police Service. We as a service want to recognize and celebrate these officers' accomplishments thus far and welcome them into our organization, our family, and express our pride that they've chosen police as a profession. In reviewing your evaluations, you have all shone in the theoretical component of Ontario Police College program, theories and methodologies that I'm sure you're anxious to test in a conscious environment. You will soon find that some of these theories work universally as taught by the college, while others require some adaptation to our unique policing environment. That will come in time and through practical experience. You're all at a level of fitness that you may find challenging to maintain in some environments. Depending on your own motivation and drive, and perhaps ingenuity, you can and will find ways to work out if desired. You're encouraged to maintain a high level of fitness as this balance in life will assist you in all aspects of the profession. Fewer injuries, fewer sick time, and of course that old adage, healthy body, healthy mind, always holds true. You've mastered every aspect of the practical applications thrown at you at OPC training, including the use of force, firearms, and very scenario-based training. Congratulations to you all. You have chosen a fast-paced, dynamic, and unique police service in Anishinaabe Police Service, and of course, Lac Seul Police Service. And NAPS is the largest First Nations police service in Canada. We're very proud of what we have to offer. We're proud of our past and I'm very excited about the future as we move forward and continue to grow. NAPS will be double in size as we go from a complement to 250 to 520 officers over the next 10 years. We require a relationship with our communities, far outreaching many of the other police services in the province and the country. The members of Anishinaabe Nation communities count on us for a high standard of public safety and community safety. As members of the Anishinaabe Police Service working in the Anishinaabe Nation communities, you have a real chance to embrace why you want to be a police officer in the first place. The protection of citizens, the wanting to help, and the wanting to make a difference. You can do all that here and at the Lac Seul Police Service in a very big way, and with a chance to actually realize the difference you've made. And I say that because some bigger services, you're walking the beat in Toronto, you may see somebody once and you'll never see them again. Here you're going to be working in, day out with some of the best people in the world, or the best people in the world. So you want to embrace that. You want to get out there. You want to be part of the community every day, whether it be you're working or not. And you'll find that it makes not only a difference to you in your life, but a difference to a lot of people. Somebody commented on the role model. It's certainly, people are going to look up to you. So you want to set that good example. A little off script with that, but I just wanted to add that. I usually go off script with most of my speeches. So. The citizens of Anishinaabe Nation are very proud of their police service, and if you interact with professionalism, fairness, integrity, and credibility, you'll have the opportunity to experience the pride the people have in you firsthand. Don't lose sight of why you're here. I want to thank everyone for coming. However, I do, in a closing, give a special thanks to the families of our new officers, as it's your ongoing support that will assist our officers in whatever challenges they might face. I know that you all have been very supportive of our new recruits in getting them this far, and for that, I want to extend my sincerest thank you. And one last shout out to Kelly Reed for, as Chief Rossi mentioned, for setting this up and getting this going. This is very important to us, like I say, this celebration. We wanted to keep it small. We've always tried to keep it small, but as we grow, it seems to grow. They have the big march past at OPC, some 500, officers to the last one, or 495 or whatever. But this is our own way of sending people out into the communities. We get the Elder Baxter in, and he sets that stage for safety for our officers as they enter out in their communities. The drum group sends you off in a good way with an honor song, a traveling song. And it's a big part of the safety that we continue to have at Anishinaabe Police Service, is the way that we send our officers out into the field. So it's not meant to be a big parade. It's meant to be close-knit with your loved ones, and you already had the big parade. This one's meant to send you off in a good way. So, miigwech, congratulations once again to the newest members of both the Anishinaabe Police Service and the Lac Seul Police Service.
Amazing speech as always. Micah. Thank you, Chief. Please stand while the Mattawa Drum, sings us an honor song to acknowledge the accomplishments of these fine officers. Thank you, Matawa Drum, and everybody can be seated. I just want to apologize. I was supposed to advise everybody to take their hats off, so no disrespect, just part of my speech I forgot to keep out there. I'd now like to call up the Chief of Police, Terry Armstrong, to make a special presentation for the highest mark at the Police College.
I didn't know I had the highest mark.
The Achievement Award for the highest class mark at OPC goes to Constable Malcolm Dahl with a 95%. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you, Chief. Ladies and gentlemen, and please join me in welcoming the newest police officers of the Anishinaabe Police Service and the Lac Seul Police Service. The badge presentation you have witnessed in some ways symbolic, but the badge is proof positive to each member that they are embarking on a new and exciting career. We honor exceptional performance in those employees who go above and beyond the call of duty. Getting to this point has involved more than just 4 months of training for the recruits. And certainly for the long-time serving members here today, I must commend the staff and instructors of the Ontario Police College for their investment they have made in our newest officers, and the board, chief, and deputies' commitment to the ongoing support, molding, and training of the current complement of Anishinaabe Police Service officers. Members are doing incredible work in the field every day and every shift. I would like to acknowledge the members of the Lac Seul Police Service and the Lac Seul Police Board, Anishinaabe Police Service and NAPS Board for their continuous contributions to our new uniformed staff and existing members. I'd like to thank the IST team, the in-service training team, the records manager, recruitment, the entire finance department, payroll and benefits, director of finance, director of human resources and team logistics administrator, criminal intelligence, quartermaster supply clerk, executive assistant Lac Seul, Ashley McLean, Lac Seul command staff, human resources department, media relations, information technology. The caretaker of all the civilian members play an essential and vital role in the successful onboarding of the new officers. At this time, we would like to ask Chief Bruno Rossi to approach the podium to make a special presentation to Chief Terry Armstrong and Deputy Brad Deuce.
Just like to say a few words here before we present this. I've been with the Lac Seul Police Service now for just 2.5 years, and I came from the province of Manitoba, so Ontario is quite a different province, and the way of policing is quite different. There's lots of great opportunities in Ontario than there was in Manitoba, but when I got here, I didn't know anybody. I was part of IPCO. I really didn't know what IPCO was, and just the team of IPCO and you know the relationships that we have working together as First Nations police services is great. We didn't have that in Manitoba because Manitoba only has 1. Here we have 9. And when I got here, Chief Roland Morrison, you know, he reached out. And I want to give him great thanks because he brought me under his wing and he really helped us grow with the police service. I'm getting a little emotional here, because it means the world to me to see all of you here today, and the working relationship we have with, you know, NAPS and Deputy Chief and Chief is great. So I would like to just a little token of our respect, of the acknowledgement to the NAPS family, that we really appreciate everything that NAPS has helped us with, including IPCO and everybody. But I just wanted a big thank you from the Lac Seul Police Service. I'd like to call up Board Chair Frank McKay and my Board Chair Lorraine Kijik, as well as my Inspector Phil Laporte, for a photograph when we present, if that's okay. I know his badge. We haven't we're not even wearing it yet. Oh, wow. First to get it. So, I'll present this to you, Terry.
We're gonna have to get really tight. I like your height, if I can have you right in here.
Sure.
Perfect. And then if I can, yeah, everyone's good here, but we're gonna have to get really uncomfortably close.
We can change the stance.
We're good here, and we can even smile. I'm just gonna need to, I'll sit right on your lap, yeah, I got it. Okay, perfect.
It's a picture here.
Okay, big smiles. Perfect. Oh, go ahead.
Chimiguch.
Please stand if you are able for the Mattawa drum to sing us a traveling song.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matawa Drum. You all may be seated, or you can stand. It's up to you. Please enjoy the rest of your day. That's it for our badge ceremony. There will be photos on the second floor just after a brief luncheon that we're having out in the hallway.